Good evening, I'm Camelia and this is KiniNews. Anwar Ibrahim was asked about Najib Abdul Razak's apology over the 1MDB scandal today. Let's take a look at his response.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has welcomed his predecessor Najib Abdul Razak's apology over the 1MDB scandal. When quizzed on the matter after Friday prayers in Putrajaya today, Anwar said that he welcomed it. Yesterday, Najib, in a statement read out by his son Nizar at the Kuala Lumpur High Court, apologized that the 1MDB scandal happened during his watch, but maintained his innocence. He said it pained him every day to know that the 1MDB debacle happened under his watch as finance minister and prime minister. He added that for that he would like to apologize unreservedly to the nation. Najib, who is serving a 6-year prison sentence and is embroiled on other legal proceedings related to 1MDB, insisted that he was innocent. He blamed fugitive businessman Joe Low and Petrosaudi executives for the debacle.
Anwar's remarks has drawn flack from several quarters. This included from former MACC chief Latheefa Koya.
Lawyer Latheefa Koya has slammed Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's remarks on Najib Abdul Razak's apology over the 1MDB scandal. In a post on X, Latheefa said the Prime Minister has no business and no authority to accept such an apology. She said it's not his job, and since Najib maintains innocence, then Anwar's acceptance condones the crime. She claimed that it emboldens the corrupt, makes a mockery of the courts, and undermines the MACC. Latheefa also questioned if this was the prelude to releasing Najib on house arrest. Speculation has been rife that the government's decision to draft a house arrest bill is related to Najib, who is currently in prison for the SRC international case. However, Communications Minister Fahmi Fazil has denied speculations and stressed that the house arrest bill has nothing to do with any individual. Meanwhile, Hanipa Maidin said Anwar's welcoming of Najib's apology doesn't represent everyone. Earlier today, when asked for his comments on Najib's apology, Anwar had said that he welcomed it.
If you'd like to watch the full video on Najib's apology, head to Kinitv.com. Consider supporting us and donate to Kinitv by scanning the QR code on the screen. Earlier, Fahmi had denied speculations that the proposed house arrest law is meant to pave the way for releasing Najib from prison. He said it is not designed to facilitate the release of any specific individual, including VIPs.
Ia tidak ada kaitan dengan mana-mana individu. Tapi bila kita lihat ekosistem itu secara keseluruhan, kita perlu beranjak sesuai dengan zaman. Banyak negara mengamalkan konsep restorative justice dan kita juga ke arah itu. Dan dapatan awal seperti yang saya sebutkan tadi, banduan-banduan ini lebih boleh diterima oleh masyarakat bila mereka menghabiskan sisa penahanan mereka dalam komuniti, dan itu akan dapat membantu mengurangkan kos, beban dan juga tekanan kepada sistem sosial dalam negara kita bila kita dapat kawal kadar residivism yang saya sebutkan tadi.
Still, on Najib's apology, an UMNO leader said he believes Najib was sincere in his apology and that it was not meant to garner sympathy.
UMNO Vice President Wan Razdi Wan Ismail is convinced that former Premier Najib Abdul Razak's apology for the 1MDB scandal is genuine. He said after examining the statement, he felt that Najib made the remarks with a pure motive and sincerity. He added that Najib's statement also showed that the former Premier had always prioritized the people's interests, and certain irresponsible parties had exploited this. He also said that the open apology to Malaysians was not to garner sympathy, but rather a magnanimous action by someone who has held accountable for an offense which he believed he did not commit, and after being deceived by those who took advantage. Wan Razdi hoped that the real culprits behind the scandal would face action for their crime, and said he prayed that Najib is freed and justice prevails. Yesterday, Najib, in a statement read out by his son Nizar at the Kuala Lumpur High Court, apologized for the 1MDB scandal, but maintained his innocence.
Teresa Kok has filed a defamation suit against Akmal Saleh over his remarks on the halal certification issue. She said Akmal's remarks were untrue, baseless, and malicious.
DAP Vice Chairperson Teresa Koch has filed a defamation suit against UMNO Youth Chief Dr. Muhammad Akmal Saleh. This is over his remarks against her concerning the halal certification issue. Teresa's lawyers served the writ of summons and statement of claim through Akmal's legal firm. On September 11th, it was reported that Teresa had sent a letter of demand to the UMNO Youth Chief and sought 25 million ringgit in damages in addition to footing the legal costs and expenses incurred. However, Akmal said he was willing to face the DAP leader in court, stating that he would not surrender to pressure. In her suit, Teresa said the UMNO Youth Chief's remarks were slanderous and libelous, as well as untrue, baseless, malicious, and driven by a racist tone. She is seeking multiple reliefs, among them unspecified general, compensatory, aggravated, and exemplary damages. She is also seeking an injunction to prevent Akmal from repeating the alleged defamatory words. Teresa claimed that in spite of her lawyers having issued a letter of demand on seeking Akmal's apology and retraction of the alleged defamatory statement, he continued to defame her.
Siti Kasim has dared a past MP to repeat claims he made about her outside the Dewan Rakyat. This is so that she can sue him over it.
Lawyer Siti Kasim has dared a past lawmaker to repeat his claim that she insulted Islam on several issues outside of Parliament. Siti said this in response to the remarks that Jerlun MP Abdul Ghani Ahmad made in the Dewan Rakyat.
Kalau kau berani, kau cakap lah luar parlimen. Kau cakap di luar parlimen supaya aku boleh saman kau. Okey? Kau nak kata aku hina Islam sebab aku liberal? Kau cakap dekat luar Islam, luar parlimen lah, boleh aku saman kau. Sekarang ni kau cakap dalam parlimen, kau beranilah sebab kau tahu kan aku tak boleh saman kau. So this is the problem sebab kau pengecut.
She also questioned when and where she had insulted Islam and told Abdul Ghani to show proof. Siti added that she had sued someone before and won because there is no evidence that she insulted Islam. She also questioned whether Abdul Ghani even understood the concept of liberalism, pointing out that it is not a religion but a political and moral philosophy. On Wednesday, Abdul Ghani reportedly questioned the government's plan to curb liberal Muslims like Siti, whom he accused of openly insulting Islam.
A special payment to an executive at a GLC was in the spotlight today after leaked documents showed that he received 210,000 ringgit despite the company's poor KPI.
Leaks of purported meeting minutes from a GLC under the Prime Minister's department's purview have come under the spotlight. This is after it showed a top executive getting a special payment despite the company achieving less than half of its key performance index. A Pelaburan Hartana Berhad's PHB Board of Directors meeting early this year approved a payout of 3 months' basic salary equivalent to 210,000 ringgit to the executive. The payout consisted of a 2.75-month special payment with an additional 0.25 months. This is according to a screenshot of the meeting minutes leaked on X. The minutes also showed that the 2.75-month special payment for the company was proposed by PHB's Nomination and Remuneration Committee, despite the company hitting a KPI of 42%. This is to take into account that there were individuals and teams who had exceeded the targets set for them. The leak on X was made amid discourse on social media about the T15 and the ultra-rich, which Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim targeted in his Budget 2025 speech. Alleged misconduct within GLCs and GLICs was also raised in Parliament on Tuesday, with Anwar responding that an audit had been ordered on all 2,000 companies linked to the government.
That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.